Hi, this is section 3.6, solving proportions using cross products. We discussed this in my last video. I showed you how to solve proportions using cross products. I also showed you a second method of solving proportions. So I told you this video would be pretty quick, and it will be. Okay? So when we do a sample problem today, we will solve our proportion using cross products so you can actually see that again. But what I want to point you to real quick is page 170. And at the top of the page, you see a paragraph, and it's entitled Scale Drawings and Scale Models. Okay? A scale drawing, maybe we should start there, is a two-dimensional drawing of an object in which the dimensions of the drawing are in proportion to the dimensions of the object. Okay, so that sounds kind of complicated, but I guess another way you could say it, a scale drawing is just a two-dimensional map. Okay, and that's why I have this map out here. I'm on MapQuest right now. So a scale drawing could be like a map, it could be a blueprint, and they have an example of a blueprint in the text, and I have a map here. Okay, and on every map you will always see a scale. Like here you see a scale, and it's showing you that this distance is 2 miles. Okay, and so if I actually got a ruler out, let me actually do that. I'm going to get a ruler out right now, and if I take my ruler, and let me see if I can fit this down here, if it will actually fit, and I think it might. Oh, good, it is fitting. Okay? What this scale is showing me is, and I think you can see this scale is showing me that every, can you see right here, 1.5 centimeters is 2 miles. So right now, for this map, if I took a ruler out and I measure 1.5 centimeters, that would equal 2 miles on this map. Every map has a scale. All right? So we have scale drawings, and those will have every scale drawing will have a scale on it, so you can convert the map distance to the actual distance. And then we also have a scale model. A scale model, the difference between a scale model is it's three-dimensional. Okay, and I think the easiest thing to think about, I'm going to put 3D for three-dimensional. The easiest thing to think about when you think of a scale model, it could be like a model train. It looks exactly like the real train, it's just much, much smaller. Okay, so scale drawing, scale model, and then this is the scale. This is the scale. Again, the scale shows me, in this case, on this map, 1.5 centimeters is 2 miles. Okay. I can use this idea, and I can use proportions to solve simple questions about scale drawings and miles, so I think we'll just do one right now. So if you go ahead and you look on page 172, and you go to, let's say, number 39, there's a problem. It says scale model, okay? And it says here that an exhibit at Tobu World Square in Japan includes a scale model of the Empire State Building. The model was built using a scale of 1 meter is 25 meters. So what that means is this. 1 meter on the exhibit or model meaning like the little model train, 1 meter of the model building would be the equivalent of 25 meters real life. So this is the model. This is the model. That's the smaller version of the building. Here's the real life distance. Okay? It says the height of the actual building is 443.2 meters. What's the height of the model? So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to do model height over real life and make that comparison. Okay? So 1 meter of the model compared to 25 meters of real life would equal how many meters is the model tall compared to the 443.2 meters that the actual building is tall. Okay, so I guess I could put model real life, here's the model, and here's real life. Okay, comparing the real life heights to the model heights. Okay, so anyway, I can use cross products. I can take 1 times 443.2, which is 443.2, and that has to equal 25 times x. And then I can solve this by dividing each side by 25. And if I take my calculator real quick, I'll do that right now, 443.2 divided by 25. I am finding out that the model then, this is still a pretty tall model when I think about it, the model building is 17.7 roughly, I'll just round it, 17.7 meters in height. Okay, that's how tall the model building would be. There is a model building of the Empire State Building in Las Vegas. They have a casino out there called New York, New York, and they actually have, it looks like a skyline, and obviously it's not as big as the actual building, but it's a model of that building, okay, and you can go inside of it and so on. So that would be an example of using a scale on a model to set up a proportion that I can solve to find that actual model height. And again, that's what this section's about, using cross products to solve proportions and knowing how to set up proportions within a story problem, or if we have a scale model or a scale map, that we can set up a proportion for that. I think I'm going to stop this video here. I told you I wanted to keep it short, and I have. And if you have more questions than that, we can go through that tomorrow.